Flosstube. Welcome back. My name is Teresa. This is the Garden Goose Stitcher Flosstube. And this is Flosstube 25. I think it's like August 8th. But once again, please refer to your own calendar. Welcome back. It's been a few weeks. We've been busy. Hockey camp just ended. Praise be. I'll tell you. We just had a meeting for the fall and the varsity seasons. There's to look forward to. And they were talking about this big break we have. And I was like, isn't it the 22nd? The trials. It's only a couple of weeks. It's not a big break. But they were all like, well, we won't see you for a while. And I was like, it seems like it'll be real quick. It's nice to have a break, even if it's short, in my opinion. It was interesting. This year is going to be interesting because Nathan wants to play with the local high school team. And so, because there's not a lot, he would be 16U or 18U, but there's no league here for that. There was last year, but it folded. So he has to play with a school, and he's homeschooled. So we're going to have to virtual partner with him, with the local school, so that he can play. So not only we'll see. It'll be interesting. We can teach an old dog new tricks. So hockey, we get a break for hockey is all I was saying. The weather's been nice, hot. The past couple of days it was rainy and cool. We had the windows open. It was so nice. And now it's back to hot. It's been muggy. Are the mosquitoes just the worst at your house? They're so bad here. I don't know what's going on. The garden's doing well with all the water, except for my cucumbers. Every year, I tell myself, Teresa, you gotta fertilize in July. And every July I think, no, they look great. And then in August, they're like, dead. Done. They have tons of blossoms and all the leaves are dead. And I was like, hurry with the rabbit poop. They obviously need nitrogen. I don't think it's a pest or powdery mildew. I think it's a depleted source. Nutrient. I don't know. So I only got 6 quarts of dill pickles. Well, and a half gallon of refrigerator dill pickles. So, but that won't do us. We'll have to buy Milwaukee pickles. So, what else has been going on? Oh, I think I put up 6 or 7 quart bags of frozen green beans. So not a ton. I didn't end up canning them. I thought, well, by the time I can these, it's not worth the hassle. So I blanched them and flash froze them and bagged them up. So I got my beans put away. Got some pickles made. Just bought 10 pounds of blueberries today so I can make blueberry jam. Tomatoes. I have a basket of tomatoes. And then I feel like I'm on the brink of being like they're so heavy with tomato fruit out there. So yard sauce, we will have yard sauce. I've had a hard time with the beetles, the Asian beetles that usually go crazy on my green beans. They seem to be eating my basil this year. Send help. I don't. But I planted a lot of basil, but I kind of thought I'd need all that basil. So between the Asian beetles and pinching it off so it doesn't flower, boy, problematic this year. I don't think anything else. Oh, we went to the fair. I live in a real small town. Well, smallish, but my hometown has the Eastern Michigan Fair, and I call it the cultural experience of the year because we have like a demolition derby, but they pull a like a camper, like a pop-up or a small trailer or a boat, and then they run figure eights, and the last one with the trailers to the left and running wins. And it is just, they don't clean the campers out or nothing. Like, they get hit, and there's like napkins and toilet paper and like dish drainers. You can see the black tank's not empty. Like it is like the hillbilly event of the year. I'm there for it every year. I mark my calendar. I'm not gonna, like, we thoroughly enjoy it. But I understand that that's not what big city folk like to do. So here we like. Also, when I watch those campers fall apart, and I think about car accidents involving campers, and I was like, well, they're done because they just poof, they just go. So that was fun. I got to watch my niece and nephew a couple days recently. That was fun. Well, yeah, there's 3 of them. So I think I was mostly in charge of keeping the 18 or the 17-month-old alive, but I did it. It was fun. I love them. And I don't know. We've been busy. I've been stitching. I've enjoyed all of your comments. Thank you so much to anybody who's left a comment in the past few weeks. I really love them. I love hearing from you guys, your suggestions, and just everything. I love you guys. So, I've been stitching a lot. I'm in an interesting situation with my whips tally. Last time we spoke, I had 37. Technically, I have 37. But it's going to be okay. So, I'm going to start with my fully finished object, because I have one. It was from the Ruffled Feathers class I took. Was that right after we last met? It was Stephanie from Lindy Stitches and Lois from Lady.Creates. And she, I had never been to an event or seen her anywhere. I don't know. I didn't even follow her on social media. Sorry. So sorry. And so she was so fantastic. She did such a good job of teaching us. And the platform that the class was in was so amazing. So last year I did the Jingle Ball. And Stephanie does such a good job handling like the tech malfunctions and like, you know, people need to mute their mics. And all of that, like all that stuff, she handles it really well. I don't know what kind of deodorant she uses, but I'd be sweating and drinking if I was her. So kudos to her. Maybe she is. I don't know. She looks cool as a cucumber the entire time. Last year during the Jingle Ball, like you were supposed to be able to go to different tables or like little rooms, and the platform didn't work out quite right. So we ended up using Zoom rooms, and that was totally fine. Totally. And then there's like a main marketplace. So the same thing here. There was like, it was just wonderful. So there was little rooms you could sit and stitch in. And then there was a main room where the class was, and everything was as like seamless. I thought the class part was seamless. Like when you went into the little room, sometimes there was like, you know, somebody would have their mic way up, or I don't know. Then I was just there for the stitching in the class. Lois was so amazing, hilarious, just reassuring. Everything's going to crap. It's okay. We're just going to make it work. You know, like just wonderful. I enjoyed her very much. So I finished my project. I did it as I went. I had all my tools and everything. I did have to go get a dull needle that morning. Thank goodness it was based on the West Coast morning. Like it didn't start here till 11. I had to run to get a dull needle so that you could string up the ribbon. So this was the pattern Ruffled Feathers. I changed all the colors. I don't have a picture of the original. I changed it so that it would be like a cardinal kind of. And then on the inside, it has a wool piece to hold your needle, and then little ties for your scissors. Isn't that so sweet? So I use like velvet stuff I just bought at like the local craft store. I don't remember where I bought it, but it's kind of like velvety. And it actually was a huge pain in the behind. I wasn't sure if I could get it. And she taught us how to do these knots to hold the wool down. And she used like silk ribbon. And so she showed us how to like do it. But I didn't think about that. I didn't realize it was there. When I had seen like the project, I hadn't noticed that was there. So I used 6 strand, like a whole strand of 310, DMC 310, and I just like ran it over, and so she made it so nice. And doing a round finish now is totally not as intimidating. I did glue my rickrack like way down, and I feel like you can't see it at all, but you can see my pom-poms. And we learned how to like take the pom-poms off of the tape, and it was fantastic learning experience in the in the comfort of your own home. I love my little needle book. So I have a finish. Also, while we were in the class, she said they would be pulling names for giveaways, but they weren't really announcing it. So I was like, whatever. Yeah. I never win anything. Well, I did. And all of a sudden I got in the mail something from Lady Creates, and it's what does she call it? An anything fob or something like that. So it's Halloween themed, which is perfect for what I was about to start. And so I won a prize. Isn't that cute? She's so sweet. So I won a prize. Maybe everyone in the class got one. I don't know. I haven't like checked in like, hey, was that just to be nice? Because usually I don't win anything. So I finished that. Fully finished. I have 2 finishes and a little bit of explaining to do about this. When we last spoke, I was working on this. I got invited. There's a group that meets down lower, closer towards Detroit. They call themselves the Anchor Bay Girls. They meet every week at a Panera, and it's like an hour if there's no traffic, and if I hit every green light on M59. So if I hit every green light, it's an hour for me. But it's on Tuesday night. I can't usually make it because Dave works nights. I would have to leave just before he wakes up. I wouldn't get to see him before he goes to bed. It's kind of sad. So I don't really go on Tuesday. I've been once, and it's a wonderful, wonderful group. But they sometimes have Saturday field trips, and so I got invited to one. They had one at my friend Cindy. She has a property that's like a little ways from them. So I just met so we stitched there, and it was really fun. And so this is what I took, basically, is what I'm saying. So I took this, and last time we spoke, I had just finished through Z, but I didn't have like most of the motifs done. So I worked on this, and I finished it while I was there. I'm not gonna be able to get this then, the whole screen, but I got it done. It's so pretty. I love the colors. And I changed it to a lot of color and cotton. I think it was all Classic Colorworks pretty much that called for. But I changed it to color and cotton based on what I pulled. Look at the variegation in those bunnies. And like even the word bunny. I just love that. The blue is a DMC. Let me see what it is. And is it the most underrated blue I've ever stitched on? Because I think it was in another piece, and I thought, this is my new favorite blue. I don't know what it was. 3768? Is that true? Is that the blue? So pretty. So pretty. I love that blue. Look at the house. Excuse me. Isn't that beautiful? So I got to finish. This is the last one in the series that I had left to stitch. Got it done. I was so happy. So I need to finish that. But, you know, making the long skinny board, you have to kind of like piece them together. It's a bit of a... Probably going to procrastinate for a smidge. Possibly till next spring. I don't know. So when I was packing up to go to the Stitchy day, the Stitchy field trip, I wanted to take something that would be easy. Last time when we spoke, I was complaining. Typical. But I was complaining about the Vintage Housewife Whip Go call. And how I'm glad I got a lot done, but I sure hoped the other one that I was dreading would be called. And sure enough, that's exactly what got called. Flea Market Baskets by Lori Holt. Love this. It's so beautiful. It's massive. It's very intensive. And I had just done all that red part of the gingham from the other pattern. And when this got pulled, I knew I would not be doing it. I even have all of the stuff to make this, the quilt version of this. And I think I even added a border so it would fit my bed. I like a lot of overhang. So I think it's beautiful. I love Lori Holt's patterns, but boy. So it got cold. And I pulled it out and I was looking at it and I realized I'm not going to finish this. I'm done as it is. So I took it with me so I could, there was actually some stitching I needed to pull out to finish. So I had like some of the grid of the gingham and then like one of the baskets. Like I had like a part of a basket and like a little bit of grid. So I took my seam ripper, my Lori Holt seam ripper nonetheless. And I did end up pulling out the little bit, and then I called it good. It's done. So this was a WIP go called for August, but technically I finished it in July. But I marked it off as done. It is finished. Do you think I should make a pillow in it? I think I should definitely make a pillow out of it. I think so. I don't know. I have to decide. But it is beautiful. Just not gonna stitch that anymore. So that's finished. I marked it off on my WIP go. I feel like it's kind of cheating because I finished it in July. Technically, anyway, I'm hoping I'll get another WIP done in that, like, I'll have time to do another WIP anyway. But I do have 2 new starts. So 2 finishes. I got down to 35 and then I started 2 new. So I'm back up to 37. But I'm not planning on these lingering. So this is not a secret. Chantel said we could share. And so I'm going to, this is for the retreat in September that's in Michigan with Hands On Design. Chantel 141 Design is hosting, and this is the design. It's a band sampler and it's so beautiful. It has a ton of backstitch and interesting stitching, and then there's some gaps there. So this is not the finished piece, and there's some gaps here and here, and we're actually going to be learning some specialty stitches when we're there in person. So that's super exciting. I feel like it's so different than anything else I've stitched, but I really, really like it. And I'm glad that it's a series. I like stuff like that. So I can't wait to see what they come up for finishing. I'm sure it'll be amazing because we're going to be with Chantel. So this is what I got started. I probably started this like the same day I finished those 2. I wanted to get started. I've been doing the back stitching as I go because I don't know how I'll go back to it. I got a little bit done, and then August 1st hit, and I was due to start a sal with Nancy from the Bougie Stitchers. So I set this aside, and it has been aside. But I want to show you one thing that came in the kit, and it's so cool. I don't know when she's going to sell them, how she's going to sell them, but it is so neat. She sent us this, and I built it like right away, and I was like, who thought of this? It's kind of like a cigar box. And it came in like we put it together, like it has notches and everything, and it's got a hinge. Isn't that so cool? And the word on the street is that there may or may not be something designed for this. So I can't wait to see what that is. Aren't you excited? The possibilities. So that came with the kit. And she's like, she just threw it in as a surprise. And we're like, well, no, I'm really excited and I'm surprised. So mission accomplished. I'm really excited about that retreat. So many people are coming. A lot of people that I've met, a lot of people I haven't met, so I'm excited. It's like a month away. So then on August 1st, there was something else I was going to tell you about that retreat and the stuff, but I don't, actually, I don't really know a lot of stuff that's going on at that retreat because, apparently they talked about how to finish this, but I keep missing all the Zooms. I don't know what's wrong with me every Thursday. I keep missing the Zooms. It's very sad. And sometimes Tammy tells me what the news was, and sometimes she doesn't. So that's fine. So on August 1st, I started Knock Knock. Did I tell you about this before, about how we just watched Catch Me If You Can? We've been educating Nate on some of Tom Hanks' best movies, so we watched The Burbs, and we watched Catch Me If You Can, and we watched Money Pit, and so we're going through some of his older stuff. And in Catch Me If You Can, I hadn't watched that in so long, and we watched it, and I was dying because he's so quiet. But Tom Hanks' character, he's like an FBI or CIA. And whenever he gets mad at somebody, he's like, "You want to hear a joke?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Knock, knock." And then he tells them bad words. And it's not a joke. It's an insult. But, so anyway, around this house, sometimes when we're getting annoyed, we're like, "Hey, you want to hear a joke?" But he's from like New England or like New York or something, so he's gonna be like, "Knock, knock." So anyway, so now every time I pull this out, knock, knock. Anyway, so I started this on the 1st. I've been stitching on it. This is all I've been stitching on. I've been monogamous. And I'm almost done with the dark silhouetting. And I just have a little bit left of that top ghost. And then I realized last night that the bottom pumpkin candy bucket is missing a row of X's. Like I made the half X's, but I forgot to go back and do the other. So I'm hoping I can finish this up. I've been watching Game of Thrones. I'm glad I'm rewatching it. I started back at season 3. And the more I keep going, I was talking to Dave about it. Because I was like, what? I can't believe that happened. I totally forgot that, like, you know, something big happened. And he was like, yeah, I think we watched 7 of the 8 seasons. We just didn't watch the last season. And I was like, really? But it was so long ago, we don't remember it. I'm pretty sure that the last season came out when Dave was deployed, and we have like a no cheating, no cheating on our shows. So we just haven't gotten back to it. So now we are. He watches it at work. I watch it while I'm stitching. So basically, I'm gonna stitch tonight and watch a couple of more episodes of Game of Thrones. So I have a little bit left of the dark, and then I have all the orange to fill in. There's a little bit more. I've been doing a lot of the back stitching, but there's a little bit more left on the windows, like the window panes, and then the pumpkins, and then I'll be done. And after I'm done with this, I'm going to go back to the retreat piece, get that done. And then my other Whipco slot, so one Whipco was the vintage baskets, flea market baskets. The other one is a blank. So there's several blanks on my Whipco board. So I left it blank to see like when it gets pulled, what am I in the mood for? And I knew, I've been telling myself, man, if that gets pulled, I'm going to put in my hive rules. Because I have not kept, well, first I started a month late and I have not kept up. And I'm not good at month to months, obviously. So I would like to spend some great quality time with my hive rules. And I'm hoping I can finish it this month. So after I finish knock knock, and then I finish the band sampler for the retreat, I'll go and I'm going to dive into hive rules, and I'm hoping I can get that done. And then I'm hoping I can grab something else and maybe get one more whip in. Is that ambitious? Perhaps. Especially if I'm going to be making yard sauce almost every day soon. So that was what I've been stitching. It's significant, I think. But now I have a bit of haul. I don't know how it happened. It's really complicated, but you know, I'm really surprised because I have been trying not to buy stuff. Because I have a lot of things I need to finish, friends. So this is all a weird mix of oops about this or oops I got this. Some of it was a gift. So that's not my fault. Okay, so I attended in my house Friends Stitch this past weekend. This was the first time I've ever done a Friends Stitch pop-up retreat. It's hosted by Bent Creek and Heart and Hand, and they had Amy Brockman. Hold on. Brecken. I was close. Anyway, I got the box last week. It says no peeking, but you know, this is America. And I owned it in my possession. And I did peek. And I was so excited, and it didn't take away from the excitement of this weekend. So, but I'm going to show you what came in the box. It was very exciting. Excited. I'm excited. Okay. So it came with a coaster. Immediately used it. It came with a little tote bag. I'm assuming this is a trick-or-treating bag. This was a Halloween themed. And I was so nervous because I do not like super scary. Like those ghost trick-or-treaters are about as scary as I can get. I don't mind like cutesy Halloween. I'm not much for scary satanic Halloween. It's not my thing. It scares me. So these, I was really kind of nervous to sign up for something because like, what if it was like, you know, the devil or something? So, but they're super cute. So I'm assuming this is a trick-or-treating bag. It's got their logo on it. It was so well done. And I had never really heard those women speak before. They did a great job. So it came with the bag. It came with a notepad. Came with 3 little pins. I think I'm going to turn these into needle minders. Hold on, my hand doesn't bend. Whoop. Yeah. It has the patterns that came with it. There's their logo. I definitely want to make this one a needle minder. And then this is the other one. I guess that kind of ruined the surprise. Because it came with the floss for all 3 projects. Isn't that wonderful? Classic Colorworks. Fancy floss. I thought that was great that it works for all 3 patterns. It came with a Let's Try Linen. Let's Learn Linen. Little piece of linen. Technically, I think somebody was going to try to use it for the stitch piece. But so it came with a little square. And then it came with a big piece. And I was like, did I sign up for that? But I think it's great that they want us to try something out of our comfort zone. It's 28 count flax cashel linen. It's beautiful. It's not too stiff. I like it very much. So the patterns that will fit on there. This is the main guy. Crow. Isn't he sweet? It came with a finishing hoop. And this, I thought it was a coaster. When I peeked... This is why you shouldn't ruin the surprise, you guys. When I opened this, I thought this was a coaster. It's like pretty much the same size as a coaster. But it goes on the back, so where you gather the the back of your finishing on your hoop, this can go on there, and then you have like a finished looking back to your hoop. That's pretty sweet. So if you stitch the crow correctly on the piece of linen that they included, then you can fit this piece. And this is from Amy Brecken. Say her name wrong. We talked about how to pronounce her name in the class. Like somebody asked her because it's... But, so that came, and then this was the main pattern. It was very interesting. They talked about how they came up with this pattern. Like, they had pictures of the program as they went, when they tweaked this or added arms to this or took the arms off or did whichever. It came with little tiny buttons. That makes me very nervous. Like, you can't see them because they're so tiny. And then you could order fabric to go with that pattern, and I had bought the Ada, so it's 14 count Stormy Night. Beautiful. So that, and they included candy. Look at, they included a vintage little, hold on, watch your dog. Ellie could use a little bit more training, I'll tell you that. She's sweet. And you know what? You know what makes a difference now? I can tell she's trying. Before she was like, I don't care. And now when I tell her she's a bad girl for pee-pee in the house, she looks at me and she's like, I know you're trying to tell me something. And I'm sorry, I'm trying. Like, you know, like, and then I feel much better. So, poor girl. She's doing the best she can. She's so sweet. And then it came with one of these little vintage style paper decorations. Do you ever have these? They talked about this company. I was like a method brought over from Europe, and this company still makes them in America, and it's like this trademark thing. We always had the turkey. Did you ever have the turkey for Thanksgiving? I can't remember what they're called, but I remember always wanting to put the turkey out. Bestel, Beistle, Beistel, Bestel. I don't know. Super cute. So that is what came in my friend stitch, and I'm so happy I did that. I was a little bit nervous, and I'm glad I did it. And I'm doing the next one, which is silly because I would technically be at another retreat during that weekend. So nobody tell my husband I doubled up retreats. One virtual, one in person, the same weekend. Oops. I don't care. So that was my friend stitch. I have a couple of stitchy kindnesses. Firstly, okay, I got a birthday gift from Kia, and it came a little bit like later in the month, and it was totally unexpected. I sent her a single birthday card. Like, it was just like probably a value card. It wasn't even one that was like $5.99. You know what I mean? Also, why are greeting cards $5.99? Get out of town. And she sent me this, so that's great. Can you even with these animals? Listen, I have a picture of Ezzy doing yoga. She likes to stretch a lot, so she'll pick up her leg and like stretch it back, and then but she also stretches that wing out. Don't you think it's probably because she's growing so much? It's from Gamma's Treasures. I've heard the cousins talking about this bag maker. This retreat tote or retreat bag, whatever she calls it, is incredible. Well made. I would have thought it was like Vera Bradley. Like, it's nice. The inside's got like a divider in it. Hold on. And it's got a zipper. Like, this divider has a zipper in it. Super great. It's got this pocket. It's got this zipper. It came with a needle bed or thread bed and some floss drops. And then, well, Kia, I think she bought this after Missy had seen a shop out west that had these little novelty things. Now, it is often that someone will have to tell me to fix my face. It happens a lot. Because I can't be responsible for the what my face does when people are talking. So she also included a Be My About It like checklist thing, and this is so cool. I used to have one of these, but not Lori Holt, but like some other one, and I used it very much. It really helped me organize my crap, you know? So I like that. So that was super kind and unexpected, and I was like, what is this? Isn't that cool though? And the bag is super well made. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out on Gamma Treasures, because and I've heard she lives in Canada, but shipping is super fast, so that's interesting. I have a little bit more stitchy kindness, well, but haul. When I went to the Anchor Bay Stitching Day, somebody handed these out. Now, if you don't like cussing, don't read it. Avert your eyes. It's a needle minder. She had it made, or she found it somewhere. Stitching Club. I just stitch. I don't know. I made these little floss drops to take to that meetup, and I had an extra one, so I bought this cute scrapbook paper. Isn't that cute? So I gave those away, but I got a needle minder. And so my friend Cindy, she was like, hey, when you're here, I'm going to bring my Prairie Schooler stash so you can look through it. And I was like, okay. And so I was like, huh. So she brings out this huge bag, and I was super confused at first because she said it's organized by number, but it really wasn't. I was like looking through the front, and then I was looking through the middle, and I was like, this doesn't make really sense. She's like, but there's duplicates in there. And I said, where are the duplicates? Like, what? And she's like, in the front are the duplicates, in the back are the duplicates. So she has 1 through 260 or whatever there are. And then in the front, it was almost as thick, were her duplicates. Because she's like a true collector. And when she sees something she thinks she might not have it, she grabbed it. So firstly I said, you need the X-Stitch app. Because I used to also buy duplicates on accident. And so, you know. So I was looking through her duplicates. And sometimes she had more than one duplicate. So I said, I'm not leaving until you get the X-Stitch app. Because she really needs it. And also, I asked her, do you want to sell me your duplicates? She said, okay. So I went through her duplicate section. I double checked anyone I pulled out to buy from her. I double checked that she did in fact have it in her actual inventory. And then several of them, she had more than one duplicate. So it was really cool. I mean, lucky for me. I don't know. She should get a sale on Whatnot. I'm going to talk about Whatnot in a minute. But, so these are the Prairie Schoolers that I acquired from Cindy's Overflow. What luck. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so I happen to have a small one of those cards. You know how she had those, like those size that Knock Knock is? Those little, what the heckin'? The little cards, the little Prairie Schoolers. I have one that has the Amish cart pulling with the horse and like a barn in the back or something. My mother-in-law had it from the 80s. So I have the coordinating little one, the small. So I got this one. St. Nicholas. I think that didn't Alicia didn't you just stitch this for Jolly July? A lot of people have been stitching this actually. I've seen it a lot lately. So no, I'm not left out. Oh, I hope you don't see the patterns. I better put them up here. Remember my first Flosstube? Ugh, come along. Did you know that Prairie Schooler made stockings? Hold on. Are you like, what? Because I was. So, and there's like littles. I love that. Christmas miniatures. Some of these are cardstock and some of them are reprinted. Christmas miniatures. Band samplers. I have never seen this before in my life. So I went through her stash, double checked that she had a duplicate, like she had the original or her original copy in her inventory. Then I checked my X-Stitch app because I was accidentally. Father Christmas. Kitchen table. Santa and Friends. These are really cool. They're done in black. Look at the geese. Prairie Stars. And I think that these ones with the dark background, I think those are fully stitched. Am I making that up? No, they're fully stitched. So. Mittens. There was another one of these. And so you stitch the cuff, and then there's a pattern to trace out of felt or fleece or whatever you want to use. And you can make a little mitten with a little cross-stitch cuff. Isn't that adorable? And then there was one that was gardening gloves with little cuffs that were stitched. And I thought, that was so cool. This is Homewards. I've never seen this before either. Old MacDonald. She had all the nursery rhymes. She had everything, actually. She was only missing a few. And I think I just talked to her a couple days ago, and she said, I think I got the rest. Or something, or she was close. She ordered some more. And To All a Good Night. Sounds really pretty. I've never seen this before. In all of my Prairie Schooler fangirling, I've never seen this pattern before. Sunny Days with the crab and the nautical themes. Never. Evergreen. This one's really pretty. So pretty. Santa's Revisited. I think that I think I have the 2015 card of the Santa, but either way. And a Merry Surprise. And those little fat, chubby guys, short, chubby guys. They're cute. So, I was super excited. I didn't intend to do that. But, you know, when the Lord put something in your path. So, those were the Prairie Schoolers that have just recently added to my inventory. I'm not even close, but I'm a lot closer than I was before the field trip. So, okay, so what not? Have you heard of it? Let me say it again one more time, like, correctly. The whatnot. The Whatnot app. It's like an online bidding site. Tiger Lily was talking about it. She attended someone's online auction, and then she hosted one last week. And I bid on a couple of things and I won them. And so it was very interesting, totally different than eBay, because you're doing a live like video, and then people are watching it, interacting, and then she'll post or she'll list an item. She can talk about it for a while, and then she opens up like a 30-second bidding window. And so people just bid right then, and then it goes to the highest bidder. It's super cool. I kind of thought about it for some of my fabric. I have an extensive Lila Boutique collection that I'm never going to use because I stitch Bonnie Camille. So anyway, this is what I bought from her. I bought this 16 count Touch of Pink Ada. This is a 28 count, and it's fabric flare. Isn't that cool? Don't you feel like I specifically have a chicken piece for this? It's got chicken wire. I love it. And then I bought one of her little bags. One of her stitch bags. So cute. So that is what I got from the Whatnot app auction that Tiger Lily had. Also, did you sign up for her advent box? Because I did. Yeah. Missy from Two Needles Pulling Thread, she had a no buy July. And then now she's in abstaining August or something. Abstinence August. I don't know. I was like, well, I'm on board except for these, that, and the other. My friend Holly, my friend Holly bought some hanks from Color and Cotton. Did you buy any floss? I bought 5 grab bags of her like misdyed or whatever floss. She did grab bags. She did hanks. I bought 5 of her grab bags. And I knew there could be duplicates. And there were. Like I got this really nice navy blue, and now I have 4 skeins of it, and I'm not mad about it. That seems like the most ideal color to get. So I got 3 of one and like 3 of another. But then she included 4 other floss that I didn't buy. I hope it wasn't an accident. Oh no, it said like a gift for you or something. So I thought that was really nice. And I bought some fabrics. So Holly bought the hanks, and she sent me this off-white, the black, and this blue. It's like a gray blue. It's super pretty. And so she bought a hank, and she's like, I'm just going to pull you off a couple threads. That's not what I would call it. It's like, it's a significant number of threads. But when I bought I already put the floss away because it would have been everywhere. But I did buy some 16 count pumpkin picking. Ooh, my pumpkins are going good. And I've got several good size pumpkins out there right now. I think I only planted pie pumpkins, but they're like a good size. Must be all the rain, because we've had quite a bit of rain. And then I bought a 20 count milk and tea. This is pretty. I need to get in her fabric club. But you know, oh, it was a fabric club. Was this a fabric club? July fabric club. So I need to get in her fabric club. That's what I need. I missed it. You know how everything goes fast. With those grab bags, there was a group text and somebody said, there's grab bags on Coloring Cotton. And within a minute, everybody's like, where? Hold on, one moment, please. I went to grab that doll needle for the ruffled feathers, and I picked up this Halloween, just cross-stitch magazine. Hey, Kathy, I got the 2023 first try. Look at me. So I got that. It's cute. And then I got my club Bee Stitch Me. Ooh, isn't this pretty? It's called Lightly Salted, Not Roasted. Do you think they just sit around? Like, how do they come up with this stuff? Grace Notes. Oh, I get the half neutral, half colorful for the Grace Notes. And this one is Strawberry Sorbet. Holy catfish. What am I going to do with this? It's almost exciting as that orange one I got from Bee Stitch Me, isn't it? Like, oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm going to have to be brave. Don't you think like a Quaker or something on that? Man, that'd be nice. Okay. I also bought some Craft Fantastic. Hold on. What's it called? Let me tell you the real thing. Craft Fantastic. Glue. For making those floss blings, which are called something with C. Thingies. The floss blings. But the glue that you use to attach to the paper, the glass to the paper, and then the little dots you use to attach the glass to the metal part of the floss blings. So I bought those. I'm getting ready to make some floss blings. Also, I was watching the Floss Boss and Cousin holding down the fort last week. Christy did a solo Flosstube, and she was talking about, well, first she was talking about her retreat with Tammy Totten, how much fun they had. And I got to FaceTime while they were there, and it was fun. So anyway, but what was I talking about? Oh, she said, for the price of one scissor, you can get 2 scissor, or like darn near close, and shipping if you order a Kohana straight from Japan. And I thought, what the heck? That can't be true. And I would never pay what they are at a store. So I went to look online, and I'll be darned, she was correct. So I bought myself my first pair of Kohana scissors, and they're so beautiful. And they arrived yesterday. So I ordered them Tuesday. Hold on, I'm going to need a drink. I'm going to cough. I'm not used to talking so much. But my first pair of Kohanas. And then while I was on the site, I was like, I want one of those little tiny snips that I saw that lady give away at the All Things Spring Retreat with Teresa Koga. So this lady gave away these little tiny baby Kohana snips. And so I went to look for them. And you could buy them, or for like a couple of bucks more, you could get one with a pincushion. And I thought, yes, that'd be adorable. And my eyeballs thought it was like a pincushion the size of like a grape, or like a marble, like the, you know, something like a wool ball, like we all buy those wool balls. It wasn't. Are you ready? Okay, this is what I got. This is what came in the mail. Oh my god. I died. I was in my kitchen, and I was like, what is this? It is so petite and delicate and cute. Can you even? I was like, oh, the little pincushion. It's like the size of a pea. So cute. And my little tiny baby snips. And these cannot function, right? Can they cut a thread? Oh, they sure can. So I thought it was really cool that they can send that so fast. And it was a way better bargain. I also bought this, and I wanted to talk to you about why I bought it. So it's a magnet, And I thought, oh, that'd be a pretty needle minder to keep in my box. So my one day in theory box. So I thought it was really pretty. Also, I loved the customer service from Kohana. Like all the emails kept you up to date and everything. And I could track the DHL driver. Like it was amazing. But also they sent an email with their story. And it was very interesting. And they showed on the map of Japan what items were made where across the country. And I thought that was so amazing. And they have these little dolls. And those are made up in Amori, which is, we used to live in Amori Prefecture when we lived in Japan. So I thought it was really interesting. Also, I have a bunch of those dolls, but those are meant for ribbon or something, or I'm not sure. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my one day box. My box in theory. My friend Holly has this really beautiful box. I think it's made out of rulers. I'm not sure. Is it Holly? But the lady, they're like super hard to get, or like she didn't have them very many. They're handmade, and so I don't think I'll ever be able to pull the trigger on getting one of those. But I was at Michael's. Sorry, I'm not used to talking. They had this in the spring section on clearance. It was $12.99, and then I think I got it 60% off. And so it's like 16. Is it 16 by 16? I can't tell. It doesn't say. I can measure it. Is it 12 by 12? Oh, 13. So I got this box. I thought, oh, what if I just painted it and Mod Podged some fabric in it? And I came home and I found this really pretty Bonnie Camille print that I just love so much. See, wouldn't this look beautiful with it? And so I bought some trims and some ribbons to go with it. Like, around the outside, I thought I could put like this denim ribbon with the fringe. So, I don't know. I bought some chalk paint to paint it pink. But just need to do it. I'm kind of nervous about ruining it. But so I'm hoping to do that one day. And now, if I ever do it, I think I'm going to hot glue this, or maybe E6 out. I mean, I can't lose it. My precious little thing in there. It's so sweet. So I also wanted to ask advice. I love your comments. And I think that you all are so wonderful. But I also have a little bit of advice I would like to ask for. So hit me with your best shot. I bought this at the Charm on the Farm in Ohio when I went in June. And I bought this. And I think it's really sweet. And I just am not sure what I should do with it. I thought about a project bag, but I don't know if I'd use that. But I don't know. It looks like it's on a cloth. Is this hard hanger? Did you... Oh, I've been watching Running with Scissors, stitching with Jane and Julie. Julie and Jane. Hilarious. Love it. And they talk about hard anger a lot. And I thought that hard anger, because it's like 22 count, I think. Well, the one I saw, the first time I ever saw it, it was 22 count. I thought, is it make you angry because it's hard? But one of the gals, I think it's Julie, she used a design for hard anger, and it's so amazing. Like what an amazing art. And it kind of like where this is like part of it's cut out, or is this laced in, or I'm not sure. It looks like somebody added lace, but they scalped the edge. But look at how beautiful the flowers are. Can you see them? I just think it's so pretty. And I'm not sure what to do with it. So it's like a, I don't know, it was a dresser scarf or a nightstand scarf. It's beautiful. It's kind of stained. I just think it's antiqued. Naturally by time. But if you have any great ideas of what I can do with it, will you leave a comment or message me with what you think I should do? Because I'm kind of at a loss. I'm glad I got to save the stitches, but I'm just not sure what I should do. Look at all those knots. So pretty. So that's all. that's it. Oh, I was going to tell you. A bunch of people asked about my chair. I got that for my birthday. I had a little tiny recliner there, and it barely fit. You could not open the door all the way. And so I'd seen this gaming chair. It reclines. Technically, it has a massaging pillow on the back too, but I haven't plugged it in. And I asked for it for my birthday, and here it is. It's really comfortable. The reclining is nice, and it's also like okay, listen. Do you ever fall asleep when you're stitching? And then you wake up and you're like, oh, but this one has a little bit more support. So I like it. It's like it was from Amazon, just a gaming chair, and then it comes in pink. So my son's really jealous. And also I have strong faith that he'll steal it when I go out of town and just use it because it's, even if it's pink, he doesn't care. So I had a couple of questions. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. I love your comments. I love getting messages from you. I love seeing you on Instagram and knowing that, that I've read your comments on here. And so I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking in and leaving such kind words. It really does humble me every single time. And I'm grateful for you. So I hope that you're having a wonderful summer and your garden grows and everything is all good in your hood. I'm going to be stitching for a while over here. I'm hoping next time I see you, probably in a few weeks, I'm hoping I'll have a bunch of finishes. Probably some fully finished objects. I need to finish my August wordplay. Oh, that's what I should finish. If I finish my high rules, I should totally finish my September wordplay. That's the last one. Also, I've had a couple new members join the Wordplay Wednesday Facebook group page, and the color conversions on these pieces are so cool, and I love watching it. So I love that place. So I should finish my September. Then the whole series will be done. So okay, I'm going to be stitching, gardening, getting ready for high season again. We have a camping adventure this weekend coming up, and then, it's meat bird season, so it's almost time for that. So thank you for humoring my garden tour. Sorry, it's a low budget production, but I appreciate all of you. Happy stitching, friends. Take care. Bye-bye.